Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. As you can see, we're once again joined by Jonathan Grassi from Grabo. Jonathan, thank you for coming in again.
Thank you for inviting me again.
Well, we're going to talk, we said the last time we had a chat that we were going to talk a bit more about products and do a different show. So that's what I'd like to do. Now, we've got some of your products. I think we've got to start with the ginormous number.
Yes.
Now, these are relatively new, aren't they? They're just this year, 2019. Is that right?
2019.
Yeah. What's the theory behind them? Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
What's the theory behind the ginormous numbers? Next time we'll invent a name, I'm going to call you up because that was such a good one. So what we have here is a very big number, so 64-inch. We were actually struggling to decide whether to call it Gigaloon or 64-inch. We went with a 64-inch because it probably states a point, makes a point.
Yeah.
We're actually very proud of this balloon because, as you can see, it's not only big, but given the fact that we were producing it during some hard times, given the rise in the helium prices, we decided to put this slice through the balloon and make it a 2-valve balloon.
So that what you're doing then is just filling the top part with helium and the bottom with air. Then that's what we've done here, but that's still got a good amount of lift.
No, this will lift up a dog really, because what you have here is practically the same amount of helium that would fit into a 40-inch, just a normal balloon. So what you have here is you have a huge number, huge effect, great effect. You could use it in venues, you could use it in corporate events, you could use it in parks, anywhere you like, at the helium cost of a normal balloon. And it's...
I was just shocked when we saw that. I've talked about it already on BMTV, but a spring fair, you're in that huge exhibition centre, and they look big, they look, okay. It's only when you do this in a normal ceiling height room that you realise how huge they actually are. I mean, they're absolutely enormous. So I think they're great. However, they're not the cheapest of things to buy. And I know that there's one or two people that might be concerned about, well, you should always have a backup. Well, if you've got a backup of every, let's spin it around, backup of every number, that's quite an investment. And you've got these in silver and gold, haven't you, at the moment? So what would you say if people are worried about that and it burst? I mean, personally, we've found the reliability of Grabo balloons really good, really low failure rate. But what would you say when people say it's not going to stop moving, is it?
You probably did something to it. He's probably mad at you.
Yeah, what would you say?
I would say that first of all, and I'm not trying to, and I hope I don't come out as presumptuous here, but it's a Grabo quality balloon.
Okay.
So we have a very, very small percentage of failures in our balloon. I mean, extremely small. So you can be absolutely confident with that because it is a big investment.
Yeah.
If somebody buys this balloon and you think of the cost of the balloon and you think of, well, let's take away the helium because we just discussed that, and it's just the top part of the helium, so it's not a problem helium cost. Well, this is going to cost a lot of money, and if I have a failure on this balloon, I'm giving away a lot of money. Not only that, but if I have a failure in one balloon, that means that I have to have at least another couple in my drawer in case this one deflates fast. We still, as of today, didn't have any complaints regarding this balloon.
Wow.
Well, which is
good.
This is
but that's what we've experienced as well with these Grabo. I mean, we've got some more here. We've got the 26-inch ones. We've got the 40-inch ones. We've got the different effects. We've got the Zodiac one over here as well, and some smaller 14-inch ones. But we rarely have anybody complaining. So it makes our job easier. But I think it also shows the pride that you guys have in the product you make. But it also says to me that it's worthwhile investing in the quality, and that quality just actually saves you money because you're only going to use one. So if people got to the point that they're so confident in a product that they don't have to have a backup, that's a great place to be. So although not that I'd ever recommend that. I think backups are a good idea.
No, they're always
because you never know what might happen because your customer might burst it or something like that.
True.
But okay. Now the other thing I wanted to talk about in this number is it's got this big old crease here. Have you had anybody say anything about that? Not liking it?
Well, I've had some. So what's going on with that? And as much as it can be a technical detail, this, in my opinion, is also a very fun, very interesting aesthetic detail, because this can be filled up. You can feel it, you can put a ribbon to it. You can tie ribbon. You can tie latex. There's a possibility to put other balloons in there. Any kind of balloons, any foils.
Well, we had a picture sent to us by one of our customers, Alex. If you're watching, hello. Thank you for sending that picture.
Hi, Alex.
And used I think it was a bow of some description on there to put that on. So, but I quite like that detail.
Well, it gives it. It's nice and dynamic. It's not a clear cut. This balloon is really mad at you, isn't it?
I know, it's not happy at all. I don't know.
It's not a straightforward cut. It's actually we give it that curly, wavy feeling to keep it nice and dynamic. So it's not completely in your face. It's just a detail really to break the linearity of the whole balloon. And already like that, it doesn't look bad to me like that.
I really like it. I mean, I love these balloons. When I saw the size of them I wasn't as impressed at Spring Fair because it was, in such a huge,
was so big.
Exactly. Yeah. And then as soon as we inflated one for BMTV, the gold one, that stayed inflated, by the way, for weeks and weeks.
That's good.
It just blew me away. So no, I think they're great. Now the other products you've got are these.
Yes.
Now these are your new globes, aren't they?
Those are our new globes. Yes. This is our first step into the production of deco balloons entirely made in foil.
Okay.
We want to give an extra option to the decorators because they're crazy. They do new things every time, and we want to be at their level. We want to give them what they want. So our next idea is to produce deco foil balloons. And this is just the beginning, really. But we wanted to make sure that even in this case, the quality is a Grabo standard quality. So it took some time, a little bit more than we expected, but we need to know that when these balloons go out, they won't come back with a hole. That's very important to us.
Well, there's one here that I've got to point out to everybody. I'm sure everybody's going to think, wow, look at that, that's great. Unfortunately, at this moment in time, this one's not going to be available. And why is that, Jonathan?
These colours, the mint green, the lavender, the baby, the pastel pink and everything, those are, I love those colours. As I've told you more than once, I guess, but I'm starting to get repetitive. I love these colours. I stayed in the printing machine for a week to achieve these colours. And my goal was to take those colours and bring them onto this balloon because I thought inorganic decoration, inorganic composition, at a party, lovely. I mean, they're just going to look lovely.
Pastels are so popular now.
Yeah, and it's going to be 2019, probably 2020 is going to be about the pastels. So I wanted to bring them into this format over here. The problem is that we're still having some issues with the stretch of the material is kind of toning down the pastel color, and I don't want that right now. The balloon has to be perfect on the spot. I
mean, this one looks pretty on point to me, but you're not particularly happy with it, are you? So you're saying that it does just change the look. It just isn't as perfect as you'd want it to be.
This one doesn't look bad. I mean, this one I would use into decoration for sure. This one looks very good. But then again, what happens if you have a good one and a bad one? That's already 50% of balloons that are not good enough, and that's not good.
So what you're saying is you're not happy putting that to market if it's not 100%.
No, so it'll come. It'll come.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll come because.
How long? Give us a timeline.
I hope yesterday. But
Okay. No. Well, we'll keep on hoping for that, and I hope the research into making it happen comes soon. Now, the other thing that these sort of balloons, these spherical balloons, are used a lot for personalization. So people use their silhouette cameos on them, and I know that on some balloons you put it on and it's easy for the ink basically to
Yeah.
be stripped off.
Yeah.
So I went to Mrs. B and I asked her to try it, and she tried it on here. Now, I think this one, she detacked the tape. It was really not very sticky at all and only pressed down on the actual designs. But this one, she wanted to really try it out. So she didn't detack the application tape and then rubbed in between and everywhere, absolutely everywhere, and pulled it off. And I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that on the camera, but there isn't a single mark. Nothing has come off at all. So I think that's a really good selling point for these balloons.
Yeah, that's because the added value that the decorators give to the balloon is something very important. As I say always, this is just a balloon. When you put it into the hands of someone who knows how to use it, it becomes much more.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that that is just perfect over there.
Well,
and I have to tell you, my heart was jacked when she was doing it, but I was very, very happy and relieved to know that it went all according to plan.
You did look a little bit nervous, has to be said, but I was.
I need to enhance my poker face.
I was pleasantly surprised. I was really, really impressed with that. So well done.
Thank you
for achieving that, Jonathan. As a guest, as you know, you asked the question last time. But what question would you like to ask everybody this time? Have you got another question? It can be about anything. It doesn't even have to be about balloons.
Doesn't even have to be about balloons. Okay. When are you all guys coming to Italy?
Okay.
No, that's a silly question. I'm just being silly now. The next question would be, well, last time I asked what balloon would you like as in a trend balloon. This time I would like to ask, what would you like for Grabo to do better in order to make your job easier? So that's what I would like to ask all your all the
BMTV Nation. So there you go. Leave your answers down below. What can Grabo do better for you? Jonathan, I want to do a competition.
Competition?
I want to do a competition.
What do you have in mind?
Like I say, some people are a little bit reserved maybe about these, and I think I want people to give them a go, and then those people that give them a go and send some good pictures, I think we should have a photo competition. And then I'd like to give some of your kindly donated, hopefully. See, you're on camera now, you can't say no.
I can't say no.
A full set of these.
Yes.
So a full set of silver or gold, the winner.
You know what? Silver and gold.
Silver and gold.
Yeah, let's take it to the next level. It's a rough competition. It's a tough competition.
Oh, right,
Come on.
Okay. And maybe a few other bits and pieces of Grabo stuff.
Yeah,
so wow,
to.
that's very generous of you.
Yeah. Well, I am a generous man.
Yeah. So what you have to do, if you've got one of these, or if you've not got one, buy one. If you've got an event coming up, take a photo of it in the venue, or create whatever it is you're going to create with it, and then post your photos on the Balloon Market Facebook page. And then Jonathan will take a look at them. I'm going to hand that responsibility over to Jonathan to judge. And we should give people time to do this, shouldn't we? So the end of May. Should we give people to the end of May?
The
and
last
that
day.
means if somebody hasn't got a job on at the moment, they could still get one of these for a job that is inquired about. So we'll do that. So you have until the 31st of May to get your photos onto the Balloon Market page. We should hashtag them with Grabo. Just put Grabo. When you put it on there, just hashtag Grabo, and we will then be able to track them all. So that's Jonathan. Thank you very much once again for coming in.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and hopefully see you next time. Bye.